Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another one. Another reaction on this, the one on the Mystelics reaction. I guess big up on yourself for tuning into this vibration, brothers and sisters. Of course, hand clap goes out to every single one of guys who've tuned into these vibrations. Big up the Mystelics family, of course. You guys are much respected on this family vibration, brothers and sisters. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Big up on yourself one time. And of course, for those who are not the Mystelic family, definitely subscribe and turn on the post notifications. Click subscribe, click the bell, and then click all to become a part of the Mystelics family right there. And then, of course, getting the latest vibrations. Of course, when I upload my videos, you will then get notified when I drop my videos right there. And then don't forget, brothers and sisters, to do what? Click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate it. All right, click it, brothers and sisters. Click the like button to help push these videos further and further there. Brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations for the day. Of course, we have this sentiment from the National Bank of Dominica. I thought I'd stated it wrong. But NBD, brothers and sisters, and of course, they have this notice as of yesterday, January 16, 2025. Important reminder regarding insurance and acceptance of Euro and Great Britain pound drafts and checks only, dear value customer, in alignment with global. And the reason why I'm pointing out this, brothers and sisters, it has a lot to do with SKERRIT, okay? This has a lot to do with SKERRIT right there, but you'll understand in a moment, brothers and sisters. In alignment with global banking practices, the National NBD will no longer be accepting Euro and GB drafts for processing. This change came into effect on January 1st, 2025. This transition reflects efforts to modernize and streamline international payment systems, ensuring faster, more secure, and efficient transactions. That's good. That's good news right there. Great. All right. Additionally, we anticipate that our other correspondent banks will what? Soon discontinue the issuance of checks for other currencies right there. When it comes on to corresponding bank, brothers and sisters, I was blaming SKERRIT. Blame SKERRIT for it in that regard right there. But anyways, maybe it's an update or something of that sort that they're doing. But definitely be mindful of that. We encourage customers to utilize NBD's wire transfer option. There are also other options right there, conveniently available online and in branch right there as an alternative means to facilitate this service. Normal wire transfer fees will apply, so you have to pay for the wire transfer fees right there. Please visit our website. This is the website for our schedule of fees and what have you, brothers and sisters, charges. If you have any questions, you can always look into this. Of course, the NBD deeply appreciates your continued understanding and trust in the National Bank of Dominica. Well, you know, a lot of people don't seem to trust NBD in this day and age, but I think it's still a nice bank. From my point of view and my viewership, I think it's a wonderful bank right there. So, you know, kudos in that regard, NBD, for at least alerting individuals to let them know what's up, what is the latest vibrations, corresponding banks issue. Right there, on update, whichever you want to take it, brothers and sisters. With that said right there, let's move on to this here vibrations. Of course, we have planned outage. Ooh, my phone, Dominica. Dominica is back to load shedding yet again. They put back the management. They take it out now. They take it out. They had load management, which of course was another way to say load shedding, and it seems like they just took it out right there because people can actually see the fine print. But yet again, load shedding is taking place once again, brothers and sisters, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the 20th of Monday. That is the inauguration. Oh man, guys, I might end up. Anyways, those who know. Those who know. There's a number of things that did not come through, but we'll just leave that there, right there, brothers and sisters. But of course, Monday, 20th of January 2025. That's the coming Monday in 3 days' time, brothers and sisters. They'll have the inauguration of Trump, and of course, they take your light so you would not see it. You know. Okay, anyways, brothers and sisters, cast you cup tall and Mon Prosper are the affected communities right there. So please be mindful of that. Make sure you charge your solar devices, you know, keep in tune, because it's going in the daytime. So you'll be able to charge your phones and so forth during that time, brothers and sisters. So hold steadfastly. Hold steadfastly, yes. Anyways, the brothers and sisters, moving along right there. Of course, I have this information for which I then have to make a thought-provoking movement on it. I remember when the minister, I can't remember what minister she is, but she's a PAL rep in Portsmouth. And I remember the PAL rep of Portsmouth talking about community and businesses are opening for longer hours. Woo-hoo! Yeah, woo! Apparently, she didn't get the memo that businesses are opening for longer hours because they have not met the quotas and need to stay open to try to see if they can make a little money. You know, sometimes they don't even get any dime. However, in this sentiment right there, brothers and sisters, I remember some other places have done this. I think Netherlands, I think if I'm correct, you guys can let me know. Netherlands, I think, is one of the places. They have a number of places around the world that are actually doing this very same sentiment. And of course, as indicated right there, United Kingdom trial of a 4-day work week with 61 companies was so successful that 54 of them kept it. And of course, most made it permanent. All right. Let me read that again. The 4-day work week with 61 companies. Out of the 61 companies, 54 of them kept it and of course made it permanent right there. Employees worked less but stayed just as productive, with some companies seeing revenues growth by 35%. So they work less, brothers and sisters. Yet still the productivity level was producing an additional 35% right there, especially when it comes down to the revenues. Workers are also reported better health, less burnouts, and even losing weight. You would think that maybe, working, consistently make you lose weight. No, don't work it like that, brothers and sisters. So the paragraph of Portsmouth, I know for a fact you've seen this. So I put it into the people there, So it's not working longer hours. That is the benefit. No, it is working productively. That is the better aspect of the economy. But when the economy cannot produce proper productions, you would think that it won't be bright and creamy, but in Dominica, it is bright and creamy, brothers and sisters. Brighter and creamier. Wow. Wafers. Yes. All right, brothers and sisters. So just understand this right there. Working longer hours is not conducive of more, but actually less. And also it affects the health of individuals, as clearly seen right there. That's probably why Vado herself had to end up in the hospital, not true? Because she tried her best to sell whatever she's selling on the roadside, but apparently not selling as much as she thought, if it's selling at all. And she ended up waiting 9 hours in the hospital, man, So I just had to point this out right there. No longer 5-day work week, 4-day work week. I think what I was referencing is not the work week. They actually try this so that people can work less and therefore have a better standard of living. I was talking about the 4-hour days. Is it 4-hour days or 5-hour days that other countries have been doing? So I guess different countries are trying different things to see how they can better provide more productivity and better output for their businesses. I think 35% additional revenue is a better thing, don't you think so? With less working time right there. So it's not more working time. All the ministers of the Labour Party who believe that, hey, they're working longer hours. We what? Things bright, man. Your Ted Calvas, that is not what it means. It is actually counterproductive and, of course, working against their very health. So I think this will be important there. Not just health, brothers and sisters, but they also have less burnouts. In Dominica, you have more burnout, but they try their best to stay afloat. I remember the particular business is a restaurant, man. This particular individual was always tired, man. Always tired. He's trying to get a break, trying to make ends meet. Trying to just make ends meet, and that individual will always go in their bed and rest after they finish work, trying to get some sleep, and then waking up tired again so that they can go back to do the same thing over and over, trying to see if they can get a little extra cash the next day because they didn't meet it the previous day. You understand what I'm talking about right here, brothers? I think this is important. It's not working more, it's working smarter. Sometimes when you work smarter, you are productive more, and the better production gives off better rise in revenue right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, moving along in that regard right there. I remember there was this whole situation about the no bail. No bail for Jonathan Leher. What is it? Leher. So people gathered. It's good to see quite a number of more people were there. They have pictures of Daniel and Dominic. And the people of Dominica are not having it at all. Patation. This ain't in a hold on, let me. What is patation? What is patation? Oh, I guess it means Nobel, maybe. Nobel, patation, Nobel. I guess there was some French people inside there. You know, Daniel and them, they are French affiliates, and maybe some of the folks are, I see some white folks there, so it could be some of them stating that right there in that regard in against Jonathan Leher, so he does not get bail. Alright? Well, he get bail already, brothers and sisters. He just went to go to see if they could lessen on the bail, but apparently there's more charges being brought to Jonathan Leher. Additional charges for trafficking of ammunitions on double murder accused Jonathan Leher. It's interesting that they are not bringing this to light. Now I've heard SKERRIT say, I have no dealings, I don't drink, do juice with the man or nothing like that. I don't do the man like that, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're saying, even though he's a passport seller. But I remember the situation involving the Grog family. The Grog family was deported. They were charged for possessing, you know, some firearm or ammunitions or whatever. This guy was bringing ammunitions. Nothing was done. Only now this is coming out, brothers and sisters, because of what the report. I actually reacted to that report where I think it was Dr. Thompson Fountain was stating that right there, or some other individual indicated that he had ammunitions and nobody arrested him. There was none of that happening, brothers and sisters. Now, today, additional charges have been brought against him. Right there. You see how interesting the justice system is? When he wants to go after certain people, he goes after certain people. When he wants to leave certain people because it's to their prime minister's benefit, you know, selling passports and maybe have information about them, you know, so they try their best to make it seem like, oh, nothing is thing. The man had things bringing into Dominica, ammunitions and, you know, what have you. He never get charged for it. But other people got deported for it. Very interesting. After they paid a set of money, he has to pay money now. No, yes, maybe in between. But they give him bail for taking the lives of two individuals accused. Allegedly accused of taking the lives of two individuals right there. He seems to be a very happy man. For a man who apparently has cancer, he seems to be a very happy man. Doesn't look like he has cancer of sorts at all, you know. I read the court documents, you know, when it comes on to the cancer situation. They indicated there was literally no person who had the jurisdiction to state, okay, yes, he has cancer. No doctor, nothing. A general practitioner, from my understanding, they actually used to say, oh, look, you have this and that. Now, it's interesting that they found the general practitioner to make the claim that he has cancer. How did that happen? Did he know the general practitioner? Or is there something underneath happening in the silence outside of the public's view that is happening there, and they want to pretend they have no affiliations? First of all, what had got me triggered, brothers and sisters, is the fact that the government, the government's associates, put up a house for him to get bail. But we have no dealings with them. No, none. They have ammunition, brothers and sisters, brought in. No charges were filed. Only now. Because it was brought to light to the public. It was only now. It was brought to light, brothers and sisters, and then they said additional charges for trafficking of ammunition. Right there in Dominica, that happening. Nothing was done until now. So it's interesting when you got the scope, brothers and sisters, of this particular individual. Then you see on top of that, where a doctor is saying, oh yes, he has cancer. A doctor that he doesn't know is saying that he has cancer because they go and do. They say, the reason why I'm reacting like that is to let you guys know that there's something happening, eh? Something is happening, and if you are blind to not see it, you should just go and live in the sea. Go on a fishing boat and just live in the sea, you know? Because you cannot be ignorant like this, man. From building, government building, putting up government bill. I know it's government building, but the government affiliate putting up building for his bill. 2, doctor coming and say, oh, he has cancer. And the right set of doctors don't even know he has cancer. Or that can actually say he has cancer. So the boy, So, if you plug Patation, I guess that means no bill. Moving along, brothers and sisters. So we're moving from Jonathan Leher. Alright, we're back to Financial Center.
People visiting the doctor.
We're visiting the doctor.
Doctor visit. Doctor visit.
Let me make that volume a bit louder, guys.
People visiting the doctor. Doctor visit.
So people at the Financial Center visiting the doctor.
Doctor visit.
Again. Why? Because the country don't have money. They're probably trying to see if they can pay a little light bill. Look at man stand up there waiting to see the doctor. I don't know your man business, but the mere fact you cannot do it on your own because of the government's destruction of the economy says a lot, doesn't it? Says a lot. And people constantly go there and beg, please, because they're accustomed of that culture. We have a begging culture now. To beg, brothers and sisters, and this was created by the very DLP government. They created a begging culture. You want, come and beg me, so I can give you something. And they'll give you little drugs and bits and pieces, So to make you think, oh, I get this, so I can come back. If you wasn't getting it, you wouldn't come. You wouldn't come then, would you? It would not make sense that you come and beg people, keep begging, and they're not giving you nothing. Unless you keep begging, and they're giving you something from time to time, you'll constantly come to keep begging, then therefore creates a culture of begging. That is exactly what is happening there. Because the very people who come to beg are the ones destroying the economy. Very interesting. But of course, Dr. Irving Pascal said something at the end of a speech that I definitely want to highlight right there. And we're going to go into the next segment. It's something very interesting of what the people need to do.
Stand up and fight. Stand up and protest. Stand up and defend my Dominic. Stand up and fight. Stand up and protest. Stand up and defend my Dominic by any means necessary. Thank you.
Stand up and fight. Stand up and protect Matt Dominic by any means necessary. The question is, does Dominicans have the kahunas? Does Dominica have the balls to do such a thing? Do they? I see they make a song, brothers and sisters. That's a very interesting song. Very, very interesting song right there. That's boy. Guys, that is what boy you're supposed to be, Telling you the real depth and hitting you with the rhythm, man. Let it pump down in your soul. So many years they promising all kind of things. And the people just keep suffering. The question is, where are we blocking next, brothers and sisters? Where? If 30,000 people come and block the road, Dominica are going nowhere. SKERRIT must come and answer the people. I don't think people understand this. This is about unity. Where we blocking next, brothers and sisters? Where we blocking next now? Hey, where we blocking next? Where we blocking next? A little get the writing on the wall yet? No, you don't see the pen on the wall? No, okay. Let me help you, brothers and sisters. Remember SKERRIT was talking about this?
Fraction for. They have a CT scan, they have a HIFU machine. We have an oncology department.
Big up the person that put that photo up. But look hard. The number one support of this man was suffering in the hospital. I had to wait 9 hours. I wasn't there, but that is what they say.
They have a CT scan, they have a HIFU machine. We have an oncology department.
SKERRIT trying to prompt up the hospital. But the same hospital they doesn't use, They fly themselves out. But they're talking about the hospital. Boy.
We have some of the best bone surgeons in the Caribbean. We have some of the best very best eye care facility. cutting edge stuff and so forth. So people
Cutting edge stuff and so forth. Maybe we do. Let's watch that video.
they have a CT scan, they have a HIFU machine. You know, we have an oncology department. You know, we have some of the best bone surgeons in the Caribbean. We have some of the best very best eye care facility. We talk cutting edge stuff and so forth. So people come, and there are many Dominicans who live in the U.S. Virgin Islands, in Guadeloupe, in St. Martin, in the United States, who come to Dominica for medical care, who come to look at the research because it's a fraction of what they have to pay in the United States. I mean, in fact, if you don't have insurance and you have access to the Affordable Care Act of Obama, there are problems.
Brothers and sisters, let me help all you understand something. Well, I don't know for the Caribbean, people coming from the Caribbean. Maybe, you say it's a fraction of the cost. Maybe people realize, okay, let them come to Dominica and do the thing or whatever. But generally speaking, brothers and sisters, first of all, I don't believe what SKERRIT say. I don't know nobody that's come to Dominica to do operation. I know people back in the day used to come to Dominica to do operation. But let's say he's right, brothers and sisters. A fraction of the cost. People overseas get better medical attention. They don't have to worry about the HIFU and the HIFU, ninja kung fu thing SKERRIT talking about right there. The HIFU. Yes, Mr. HIFU. Right there, brothers and sisters. Do research on the HIFU machine. Do research. I keep telling you guys, do research on it. You think it's joke I make it? But he's talking about the HIFU and all those kind of things there. When it comes down to other countries and the other hospitals, especially in the United States, brothers and sisters, you don't have to have insurance because you're talking about Obamacare. There are certain ways you can write off. Go and do this stuff and write it off as a result of certain NGOs, so to speak. You don't even need an NGO. You can do this stuff and then be on a payment plan or whatever and pay it off sooner or later if you don't have insurance. Now you say people come from overseas to come to Dominica and have operations. Operating what? What they operating? When the Dominica hospital, Postmore Hospital, talking about it's smart, and it's smart on the basis of light bulb and this kind of things there, not on the basis of the equipment. What? Huh? When hospitals, when the doctors themselves trying to leave, you think the Dominican the doctors and nurses in Dominica want to stay in Dominica? You think they want to stay? The reason why they're there is because they cannot leave. They cannot leave, brothers and sisters. When a nurse presenting trying to say I want to build my home because nobody marry me and this kind of things there, if I single or whatever. When they go into the bank telling them money too small, they can't do it on their salary. But SKERRIT talking as if we have the best there, Mr. SKERRIT. All right.
So we have a lot of Dominicans who come here for medical stuff. As a matter of fact, we should really be looking seriously at health tourism.
SKERRIT, you want health tourism for the hospital that you and your ministers doesn't use? Health tourism? I suspect you get that health tourism business from the sports tourism that we try to bring to them on the basis of the bike life, brothers and sisters. Now we're talking about health tourism. Health tourism will only make sense when Dominica starts utilizing the herbs and the natural remedies, brothers and sisters. Why? Because we are the nature island of the Caribbean. That's what we consider ourselves to be. Okay? So unless that happens, nobody come in Dominica for nothing. Nobody come in Dominica for nothing.
Because we have the facilities for it.
No, you don't. You have a building, a nice looking building, but it doesn't have the facilities. Who mad in their head?
And we have the ability to provide the care and comfort to our patients. And obviously, healthcare is an evolving situation. Sometimes if you go to the hospital, you may not get the treatment that you should get from an individual. But by and large,
yeah, he's a madman for real. That is a madman. You know when you have completely sidetracked yourself from reality. You have just removed yourself from reality and you just think of things. It's called delusions. Brothers and sisters, I'm thinking of something else I can say, but let me leave it there. It's called delusions, brothers and sisters. When you have taken yourself away from reality to believe things that doesn't exist, but because you think it in your mind, you think, okay, because if I say it, maybe the people them will believe. But the objective reality is scary. You're talking about health tourism. You yourself not even utilizing the hospital in Dominica for you. We see this minister speak out the house in the hospital. You ever see any of the ministers in the hospital, brothers and sisters? Except when the parish passing and look like it's charity they give in. You ever see them in the hospital? Huh? No? Yes, maybe. Okay. Maybe they are private. Maybe the hospital meeting them in their home, brothers and sisters. Maybe that's what's happening right here. Anyways, let's move on, brothers and sisters. Talk about the neglect of Dominica. We're in the Woodford Hill region.
Woodford Hill, abandoned playing field.
Didn't they do a campaign in Woodford Hill? Correct me if I'm wrong, brothers and sisters. But I remember they were trying to clean up grass and stuff during the election campaign. Election over, so I guess that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, brothers and sisters. Did the DLP people host a rally, a campaign rally in Woodford Hill, and they had to clear it out? Or am I thinking of a different place? Kalibishi? Am I thinking of a different place? Did they host it there? And now Bush, just put cow there and let it eat, man. Put the cow and the goats.
Leaving the youth to play on the streets.
But you say, what are you talking about now? Then people care about the youth. They creating jobs. Huh? I don't understand. It's one thing when man stress and man want to take out the stress. Take out the stress. They come for a little sweat. They come to the park. They come to the man. They come to Viva liquor. You know, play little football and what have you. But then people are creating jobs. You think it's their health and the mental stabilities they care about? All they care about is, hey, we don't care about you. Go and make children, please, so your children can grow up and be able to continuously pay us more monies. That's what the man care about. The man don't care. It's clear that they don't care about the youth of Woodford Hill. But Woodford Hill does vote for them, no? Why should they care? If the very Woodford Hill people don't even care about their own self, why should they care? That's a good question right there.
And sit by the side of the road. A village with a history of lots of sporting activities is now left abandoned for the last 20 years.
20 years, that is something else. You can see some football goals and stuff there. You know, and like
What a shame.
but where's the what they calling these people again? I even forgot what they calling them. The city what city council, town council. What the town council to be doing these things, huh? Anyways, there was a little uproar that happened as a result of that, and then they decided they come in and do something. So you can see some people come and start to clear. Maybe somebody call, hey, how come they park like this? They start to come and do a little clearing, and this is what it looks like. They do finish. I should tell you how high the grass is. Look the grass there, you know, brothers. Look the ground there. Look the grass there. That's probably like about a good 3 feet. Or 2.5, 3 feet right there, grass, you know. It are good, alright. It are good. You know, they good having fun. They good in heaven right now. Grass galore. Grass KFC. Get it in Woodford Hill. Brothers and sisters. So they start doing something. Hopefully they continue. But the goalposts and all these things, that's what it's like. That's a reflection of Dominica right there, brothers. That's a clear reflection of Dominica. You know what? The place that they clear making you look like they are doing something. You see them come. That's exactly what Dominica is. Oh, we make noise. Oh, look, they come. Oh, they're finally doing something. So liberals say, but look, they're doing something. But look the evidence, they're Mystelics. But look the evidence there. They're doing something. And then they stop. And because the liberals make the noise, they come on social media and what have you, and that's it. And then the grass grow back. And we start to complain next year again. Humans are something else, you know. Talking about something else, brothers and sisters. I saw this stuff. It seems like this was part of the budget. And of course, all these are lies. Just lies. Okay? Blatant lies. Restoration of livestock systems. $7.9 million. Brothers and sisters, you know how long restoration of livestock has been in Dominica. You know. But they're putting it up. They're putting it up. You see, I tell you, just like this. This is exactly what is happening. They're making you see. We're back in the livestock. They can talk about the abattoir. Oh, they can talk about the abattoir. You know, they must talk about the abattoir. Support to 171 monkey. That must be the abattoir. Okay. Brothers and sisters. So we back again. We back to restoration of livestock systems. The livestock system ever went up now? I don't know. You guys can help me understand right here. Boom. Restoration of key productive infrastructures. I remember somebody made a post stating it's only when there was an uproar that they start to put out things that make you think, oh, projects, Viking, projects, we're going to do the projects and stuff. All right. Restoration of key productive infrastructures. Northeastern Agricultural Extension Office. The office, not the feeder roads. Hopefully that feeder roads inside there. Salisbury irrigation system, so that has nothing to do with roads. Tissue culture hardening facility. I don't know what that is. Restoration of ground floor at DMBC. Moving along, brothers and sisters. Contract signing for rehabilitation of national Whoa, wow. Okay, we are the abattoir back in effect. You see? How much time the abattoir have to... That's all, let me continue. Construction of citrus, of course. We back to the citrus too. So we're making progress, man. We're making restoration of fishery system. Yes, brothers and sisters. Training for 15 boat builders to increase knowledge and capacity. I wonder if they can give more engines again now. Maybe the last engines they were Chinese, so the Chinese didn't last. So brothers and sisters, that's a good thing, interesting thing. Right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, materials for boat building, canoes, contracts to 5 boat builders for 50. This one will be in Dubai. You see 1.9 for vegetable production. We're not importing. That's all right. Agro processing development. Boy, we talk about agro processing. We talk about agro processing. We got boy, we talk about agro processing that Dominica. I first learned the word agro processing in Dominica when it comes down to what the government not doing. Agro processing. Not the same prime minister that say that the reason why they don't have factories, agro-processing involving factories. Not the same prime minister that stated that, Dominica cannot afford to have factories because, electricity bill high. Not the same. We back to, 3.2 million allocated to support 128 agro-processors with essential equipments. Okay. Strengthening food procurement system. 5 million procurement facility established at Dexia, Dominica Export-Import Agency, to purchase local produce. So they didn't know to produce it and purchase it before, so you can distribute around the island. At least some. Brothers and sisters, we just back. Like boys to men, back at one, back at one, brothers and sisters. So, what are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts? Sorry for not reacting properly, man, but I have been saying these things for years, man. Years, and I come back to see the same thing again. You think I can react to it? Anyway, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. If you understand this video, click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. And of course, subscribe if you want to become a part of the Mystelics family. Definitely subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through right then and there. So, but Mystelics, once again, guys, be real. Solid the king always. Be positive.